Well, this is the second best room in the house. It's called Pershing Auditorium. It's named for General Blackjack Pershing, who was the commander of the American troops. So they actually broke ground in 1926, and then they laid the cornerstone in 27 on 4th of July. The only thing that has changed in these rooms are the colors of these walls. They were painted a dark green until the 1970s. The same pattern of carpet. These are the original chairs. They have different coverings on them, but there's the same type of covering. Everything in here is exactly the same. In fact, we tell people when they sit in these chairs, because they're kind of small, we refer to these as pre-fast food. This is before we all got a little bit bigger. Hotels now, they all have ballrooms and they have meeting rooms and that kind of business. Back in these days, they had individual rooms and that was it. So this was a big deal for the city to have a 500-seat auditorium. The room is acoustically perfect. And the reason it's acoustically perfect is because of the cork in the ceiling and the fact that there are no corners. So the sound doesn't have anything to bounce off of. The other thing is that the stone, the rectangular stone that you see, the gray stone, is a poured stone. The process came from Italy, which was one of our allies during this time, and it has sound absorbing capabilities. So you can stand on the stage and talk at a normal tone of voice and be heard throughout here. The symbolism in the room is very important. 48 stars, because that's how many states we had in 1933. The eagles that are on the columns, they're called Rising Eagles, and there was a program called Rising Eagles for the Army that basically taught the soldiers to reach their maximum potential. The most often asked question is, we know they spent $2.2 million on it in 1926 money. What would it cost to build today? So a couple years ago, we had a group of architects. They were supposedly the top 50 architects in the country. He said that he wanted to go on a tour. He wanted me to take him on a tour. So we did, and I said, you know, you guys have been asking me a lot of questions. I'd like to ask you something that people ask us all the time. What would it cost to build today? And there was a group of them that said, can't do it. Can't replicate that stone from those different countries. There was another group that said, well, you know, we could probably get stone from that country. It may not be from the exact quarry, but we could probably get stone from those countries. So I said, well, what do you think? And they said, well, we'd start out at $500 million.